Koto, no mai, haere mai. There's a strange feeling in the air lately. Not panic, not quite fear, more like a constant hum. You see a new AI tool, another breakthrough, another moment where something you thought took years to learn now happens in seconds. It doesn't just challenge your work, it starts to whisper something deeper. And if you felt that, even just a little, you're not alone. Global studies show that over 70% of people feel anxious about AI's impact on work and society. And it goes deeper than that. The fear of falling behind, of not adapting fast enough, of becoming irrelevant while everyone else moves ahead. That pressure doesn't just sit quietly. It affects how we feel about our work. Studies show that AI anxiety directly reduces confidence, motivation, and passion for work. That's not weakness. That's a very human response to a very real shift. But here's where something important begins to change. Because when researchers looked closely at what AI is actually doing in workplaces, they didn't find people disappearing. They found work being reshaped. But it also changes how humans contribute, not whether they contribute. And when you follow that pattern, gently, without fear, 3 groups consistently rise to the surface: artists, social workers, craftsmen. Let's start with artists. AI can generate images, music, writing almost instantly. But something unexpected is happening. Studies show that while AI can increase output, it can also create a substitution effect that impacts emotional engagement and creativity. It becomes harder to feel connected to what's made. And that changes where value lives, not in production, but in meaning. Because creativity isn't just about generating something, it's about deciding what matters. And research into human AI interaction shows that while AI can enhance creativity, it also risks reducing critical thinking and independent judgment when overused, which creates a kind of divide. Machines can generate, but humans must interpret. So the role of the artist doesn't disappear, it evolves to meaning maker. Now think about social workers. It's structured work, forms, reports, documentation. And research confirms that AI adoption reduces workload and improves efficiency. But it also introduces something unexpected: a shift in emotional labour. Studies show that when AI tools fall short, humans take on more emotional and relational responsibility, not less. And another finding stands out: the more they crave real human connection. Some studies even show increased loneliness and a stronger need for human interaction in AI-heavy environments, which flips the narrative completely. Because it means human connection isn't being replaced. It's becoming more valuable, more needed, more essential. And that's exactly where social workers operate: in trust, in empathy. And what matters is what they didn't say. That space, it doesn't shrink with AI, it expands. Now, craftsmen. We've seen this pattern before. When machines arrived in factories, they didn't eliminate craftsmanship, they changed what was common. Mass production made average quality accessible. It made intentional, thoughtful work stand out even more. AI is doing the same thing now. It's mass producing ideas, content, code, concepts. It can also create over-reliance and reduce independent judgment if not used carefully. So what becomes valuable? Not just producing something, but knowing what's worth producing. That's craftsmanship. Not just with tools, but with thinking, with standards, with care. So where does this leave you? Especially on the days where the noise feels loud. It leaves you somewhere surprisingly powerful. Is not asking you to compete with machines. It's asking you to reconnect with what was always human about your work. And the research supports something hopeful here. When people feel a sense of control, purpose, and autonomy, not because AI disappears, but because their place becomes clear again. So maybe this isn't about losing your identity. Maybe it's about refining it, so you can lean into what was always real. Your judgment, your perspective, your ability to care, your ability to choose. Because in a world where everything can be created, the rarest thing is not output, it's meaning. And meaning has never come from machines. Who decide what matters? Don't treat it as a warning. Treat it as an invitation to the part of you that cannot be automated. Because that's where artists live. That's where social workers stand. That's where craftsmen build. That's not where value disappears.
That's where it concentrates.
Ngā mihi nui, ka kite anō.